Well, my name is Tim Robbins. I'm originally from Alberta. I did my Bachelor of Music Performance in classical piano at the University of Calgary before doing my law degree at Queen's University. I didn't think about entering law until after I graduated from my undergrad. I had originally started studying business before my first degree and assumed after my music degree I would go back to business. And as I was researching schools, a friend suggested to me, "Have you thought about law?" And I don't think I'd thought about it since junior high debate. And so I looked into it, read a few books, looked into the LSAT, and before I knew it, I was writing the LSAT and applying to law school. And I, to this day, still thank that friend for that random suggestion, because I'm extremely pleased with the practice of law and where it's taken me.
My name is Adrienne DePaolo, and I'm an articling student at Torys. I did my undergraduate degree in commerce and finance at the University of Toronto, and then I went to Western Law for law school.
Before going to law school, I spent a lot of time in academia. I did my undergrad at U of T, then I went to Cambridge for a master's and did a PhD at Columbia University in New York in English literature. Then I decided to go to law school, so I came back to U of T, and now I'm here. I quite enjoyed academia. I quite enjoyed going deep on particular questions, but it's not a team endeavor, and it's frequently not a situation where people are depending on you. One thing I really liked about Torys is the fact that it is a very team-oriented place. It's very intellectual, a lot of the work that gets done, but people are also depending on you, which to me is very motivating.
My name is Molly Reynolds. I'm originally from New Brunswick. I spent the later part of my teenage years in Ottawa, and I went to Carleton University for 2 years. I studied political science and pretty much spent all of my time in political science taking law courses. I knew that I wanted to go to law school, so I decided to cut my losses early, applied to law school after 2 years, and went to Osgoode Hall Law School in Toronto. So it was the first time that I moved to Toronto and really got to know the legal community here, which is a completely different world from the rest of the country. I'm articling at Torys. I summered in New York, actually, and decided to come back to work in Canada and to stay here. I've always been a good arguer. I don't know how I got interested in law exactly in the first place, but I know that my first thoughts of law school came when I was in grade 12 and I took a law class, and I had all of these questions for my teacher that went really beyond the scope of the course, and she was the one who first encouraged me to start taking law classes in undergraduate, because I had a lot more questions about the charter and about constitutional rights than they could really handle in a high school class. So that's when I first started thinking about it.
My name's Adam Bannock. I'm originally from Toronto, and I completed my law degree at the University of Western Ontario. I first became interested in law because I come from a family of lawyers, and I had a chance to grow up watching my father and uncles practice law, and it really was always a dream of mine to be able to follow in their footsteps.